go. All right, we're on there.
We're not on it?
We're recording right now.
Oh. So.
Take 2. Make us great again.
Make
take
us
3. I don't know.
No, we're not. Yes, make us great again. But you look. Somebody said you look like you're blind.
Like I'm Stevie Wonder.
Anyway, this is our 4th video. I keep on saying like what video it is. I didn't stop saying that.
This is our.
This is our video. This is our second video.
We did 4 takes, but this is the second video.
Right. So we got a lot of feedback, and they said that they loved it, but we're gonna get better and better. Should I be saying that?
Well, we are gonna get better. That's how life works. You get better, you keep doing it.
Mm-hmm.
We also, we had some editing things, but our goal was to get that first video out by the first of the year.
And we did it.
And we
2026.
Did it.
We're in the YouTube. Yep.
We have been planning this for like 15 years. I had talked about with some friends a long time ago that these kind of intellectual discussions and would do well in the social media environment, but just we don't have time to with all the other stuff we're doing. So
all right, we'll get right into it. Make Us Great Again is named. I am Amel.
I am Enoch. And let's hold on before you rush into it. Let's give a little context. Today we're going to talk. We got some feedback. They said we should try to keep our points clear and also just give a brief introduction of what Muga represents.
Yeah.
What it is.
Exactly.
So this will be a short take, just giving you some context into why we chose the name Muga and what that represents.
Yes, Make Us Great Again is named after our grandmother. I want to say great grandmother, but she was great.
She was our great grandmother.
Yeah, she was our great.
She was a great person.
Exactly. And what experiences did you have to make you think of using her as your the idea for making that
inspiration?
Your inspiration. That's what I'll say. I'm lost with words, but yeah. But what's your inspiration, and how did she affect you in your life growing up?
Well, first of all, make us great again. Make us U-G great again. So that's what the acronym is for. And it just so happens that this lined up with the inspiration that we received from our grandmother. The reason why was because growing up as a child was a pretty rough childhood. Grew up in a situation with a stepmother. Didn't know my father until I was 18. And so there was a lot of darkness in my childhood, and whenever I went to my grandmother's house, she was always very, she always smiled, she always laughed, and I always saw her as something that she was full of light. Her house was an escape from all the darkness and trouble that I was going through being raised in the type of household that I was raised in. And so it was when I went to my grandmother's house, it was a safe space, she always had good things to say.
What about the candy bowls she had? She had candy bowls?
Yeah, I mean, there was always,
treats.
Food, a lot of food to eat, she was always telling us stories. My grandmother was around a lot of important people. She lived in the rural part of Rochester, New York, and she had a big backyard, and we could go play. There's a canal that goes from upstate New York down to New York City, and we go play in the canal, and sometimes you have fond experiences from certain people in your life, and they impact you.
Why was that important in your life to have that? To have those memories? Why is it important, especially as Indigenous people, when we look back at our broken and very kind of desolate, dark lives sometimes some of us grow up in because of a lot of the things that have happened generationally, and abuse and a lot of dysfunction. Why is it important for you to have that memory? Like, why is that so,
Yeah, well, because when you get into dealing with the complicated parts of your life, you're always looking around for those people who inspired you from a wholeness, you know, from a not only wholeness, but from a the word I'm looking for is
A place of like she was
wholesome.
Wholesome, yeah.
Very wholesome. From
Yeah.
a very wholesome place. People that were genuinely on your side and trying to find the best way to inspire you to
so that,
be the greatest person you could
right.
be.
She always promoted us to do that. She was like, you know, I need to get a big house because we got into a business later on. Me, the oldest 3 children, Enoch, Amel, and our older sister, we got into a business, and she would always say, I want to just get you guys a house. You can work on your business and we'll watch the kids when we had kids. So she was always looking for ways. I remember one time she put, I was a first place best of show in Royal Oak, Michigan, a pastry competition when I first became a pastry chef, and she actually cut that page out, put it, you know, in, she laminated it, and she was always making sure that every achievement that we had, she made it, you know, more than just the achievement. She celebrated our wins, and she always, like you said, even when she was upset with you, she still smiled and gave you a hug afterwards. So even the it was punishment, but even the reprimand was out of love. And so I think that's very, very important in our communities when we have so much trauma, that we have those people in our lives to really celebrate us as children, as young people, so that we can be great. So that's the biggest part, I think, for us to understand what Muga means, is that we don't want a situation where we're always looking for someone to say, you're a good person, or you can make it, or you're going to be great. We need that in our family. We need somebody in the family should do that, and we need to promote that. So that's what we're trying to do with our presentation. We're trying to make sure that we understand and be grateful for the things that we have, the people that we have in our lives, and we become those people for others.
Yeah, and it's not about trying. This is what we are doing, you know. So that is important to keep that. I think a lot of people would find that there were elders in their background who were selfless in terms of the way they dealt with you. You know, whatever you need, you know, however we can help you. You know, they weren't necessarily judging you. They weren't necessarily trying to, you know, be some type of tyrant over you. It was just from a genuine place in their heart.
Yeah.
They wanted they wanted to see you in the best place that you could be in, whether you were going through relationship issues or trying to find a job or work.